Hi everyone, I'm Amir Reza Kushki. Welcome back to my PMP preparation series. In the previous lesson, we explained what PMP is and why it is more than memorizing definitions. In this lesson, we will explain the difference between project, program, and portfolio. We will also briefly cover the PMO, or Project Management Office, and its three common types. In this lesson, we will explain four important PMP concepts: project management, program management, portfolio management, and the Project Management Office, or PMO. Many PMP candidates memorize these terms, but in the exam, memorization is not enough. You need to understand the purpose and the level of decision-making behind each concept. Let's start with project management. Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to meet project requirements. A project is temporary and it creates a unique product, service, or result. Temporary means the project has a beginning and an end. Unique means the result is specific and different from routine operations. For example, building a new mobile application is a project. Implementing a new ERP system is a project. Launching a new company website is also a project. In project management, the project manager may help prepare the business case, estimate resources and time, develop the project management plan, lead the project team, manage risks and issues, monitor progress, and close the project in a controlled way. So, project management is mainly about delivering a specific outcome within constraints such as scope, schedule, cost, quality, resources, and risk. Now let's move to program management. A program is a group of related projects that are managed in a coordinated way to obtain benefits that would not be available if those projects were managed separately. The key word here is related. For example, imagine a company wants to improve its digital customer experience. This may include several projects. One project to redesign the website, one project to build a mobile app, one project to improve customer support, and one project to connect customer data across systems. Each project has its own deliverables, but together they create one larger business benefit, a better digital customer experience. That is why they can be managed as a program. A program manager focuses on coordination between projects, dependencies, shared risks, benefits realization, and alignment with organizational goals. A project may or may not be part of a program, but a program will always include projects or related work. Now let's talk about portfolio management. A portfolio is a collection of projects, programs, subsidiary portfolios, and operations managed together to achieve strategic objectives. The projects and programs inside a portfolio do not have to be directly related. The key word here is strategy. For example, a company may have a portfolio that includes a technology modernization program, a cost reduction project, a new product development project, a compliance initiative, and an operational improvement effort. These initiatives may be very different from each other, but they all compete for organizational resources, budget, leadership attention, and investment. Portfolio management helps the organization decide which projects and programs should be started, continued, delayed, or stopped. So, portfolio management is not only about delivering work, it is about choosing the right work. In simple words, a project delivers a specific result. A program coordinates related projects to create larger benefits. A portfolio selects and manages projects and programs to support business strategy. Now let's add another important PMP concept, the PMO, Project Management Office, an organizational structure that standardizes project management processes and supports the sharing of resources, methodologies, tools, and techniques. In the PMP exam, you should know three common types of PMO: supportive, controlling, and directive. A supportive PMO provides support to project managers. It may provide templates, training, best practices, lessons learned, or guidance. But it has a low level of control. A controlling PMO provides support, but also requires compliance with specific frameworks, methodologies, tools, or forms. It has a moderate level of control. A directive PMO directly manages projects. In this structure, project managers may be assigned by the PMO and report to the PMO. This type has a high level of control. So remember, supportive PMO helps. Controlling PMO guides and enforces standards. Directive PMO manages directly. For the PMP exam, pay attention to the language in the question. If the question talks about delivering a specific product, service, or result, it is probably about project management. If it talks about coordination between related projects and benefits realization, it is probably about program management. If it talks about strategic alignment, prioritization, investment decisions, or resource allocation across many initiatives, it is probably about portfolio management. And if it talks about standards, methodologies, templates, governance, or project management support, it may be referring to a PMO. Now let's test your understanding with two PMP-style questions. Question 1. An organization is running several initiatives at the same time. One initiative is modernizing the company's IT infrastructure. Another is reducing operational costs. Another is launching a new digital product. Senior leadership wants to decide which initiatives should receive funding next quarter based on strategic value, risk, and resource availability. What is the best management approach in this situation? Pause the video here and choose your answer before we continue. The correct answer is option C, portfolio management. This is a portfolio management situation because the organization is comparing different projects and programs based on strategic value, risk, funding, and resource availability. The focus is not only on delivering one project, the focus is on selecting and prioritizing the right work to support business strategy. That is the role of portfolio management. Question 2. A company has created a project management office. Project managers can use its templates, lessons learned, training materials, and best practice documents. However, project managers are not required to follow a specific methodology, and they continue to report to their functional managers. What type of PMO is this? Option A, supportive PMO. Option B, controlling PMO. Option C, directive PMO. Option D, portfolio PMO. Again, you can pause the video here and choose your answer before we continue. The correct answer is option A, supportive PMO. A supportive PMO provides guidance, templates, training, best practices, and lessons learned, but it does not strongly enforce compliance. It has a low level of control. A controlling PMO would require project managers to follow specific standards or methodologies. A directive PMO would directly manage the projects, and project managers would report to the PMO. So because this PMO mainly supports without enforcing control, the best answer is supportive PMO. If you understand the level of decision-making, PMP questions become much easier. Project is about delivery. Program is about related benefits. Portfolio is about strategy. And PMO is about standards, support, governance, and control. That was lesson 2 of this PMP preparation series. Today, we learned the difference between project, program, portfolio, and PMO. Please like, follow, and subscribe for more practical PMP lessons. In the next lesson, we will talk about the project lifecycle, stakeholders, and project manager role. Let's continue this PMP journey together.